Alright, it's been a while, but finally we are here. This is the race day of the Mille Monti 1953, and after an absolutely spectacular Concorso d'Eleganza, the design competition, we are now ready to race. It's 3 AM in the morning and cars are lining up to be launched in 1-minute intervals. First on the road is C. Gordon in the small touring car class and driving now from Meranio to Bongato. Yeah, I have programmed a little visualization here, so this is not a full proper simulation, but rather taking the results we have extracted from the test track mode in automation into a spreadsheet, and based on that I have programmed this little visualization here in GameMaker. Basically you will see the different boxes of the cars moving over the lap. We have a little live timing screen here on the right, and yeah, we will also get a few messages whenever the first 3 cars will be arriving on a certain end of the leg. So first checkpoint is Bongato, and yeah, we will see how it all unfolds, how the bigger classes overtake the smaller ones, and yeah, plenty of cars already on the road. This whole visualization kind of thing didn't take me all too long. I just lost a lot of time with work and other responsibilities. But finally here we are, and we will be able to see who won. So the small touring car class is heavily contested. Everybody wants to probably win the trophy about who is first at a certain leg, and therefore it's important to start early in the morning, as already 24 minutes in game have passed. And now J2005 is on the road, the first in the sports car class. So the sports cars will try to overtake the smaller cars now in front. We had a few disqualifications, so whenever you see a smaller gap there on the bottom with the messages of the cars that are starting, it might be that one of the cars is missing there. They had their spot at the starting spot, but in the paddock it was decided that they are not allowed to start due to any technical infringements of the rules. So it looks like C. Gordon is still in the lead, and finally on the final kilometers before Bongato we will see if the lead is enough, or if now I think there's another car a few pixels ahead, and it's probably JJP. Yes, JP 1002, and he will be they will be the first one to arrive in Bongato, and we will get the message now very soon. And there we have JJP is the Tuso Mille Monti, first car to arrive in Mille Monti, in Bongato. C. Gordon is the second car to arrive, and the third car is Nebula Rosa. I try to stay on top of things now. Things will be happening pretty fast as cars are still starting, other cars will be arriving in different checkpoints. I also have the possibility to select different classes here and different checkpoints on top, basically to display certain timings and certain overviews at special checkpoints. So currently we see that JBK Master has the best time at the first checkpoint, but the first one to arrive as starting earlier was JJP 1002. So plenty other cars are arriving in Bongato. We will also get a small message whenever that happens, so you can directly see where your car is on the road. And yeah, times are dropping in. Brickfielder taking the lead for now with a huge gap in front of JBK Master, while the 1.1 liter touring car class now also is on the way. And cars are now, so the second leg is from Bongato to Marina, along the northern edge of Lago di Marina, or whatever it is called. And yeah, also now new color on the road, Mecha Sloth, the first of the 1.1 liter sports car class. Yeah, so many entries. I was totally overwhelmed, and that's why it took me basically a year to compile the results. it was a lot of work in the beginning. For the first half a year I did the work on and off. Then programming the visualization was not that big of a task, but still I had to do some performance optimizations because I didn't think that there would be so many participants. But then in the end, bringing it all together, polishing it, and you might notice I'm not super polishing now the commentary. I'm just trying to get it done at some point, as we are also approaching the new game version and so on, and I also need to finish the Cisalpina Let's Play at some point. So getting this out now in a reasonable quality, and I hope you're happy with the way things are presented. I plan to do lots more with driving scenes in BeamNG and so on, but it's completely out of scope, to be honest. It's way too much that could be done here, and hopefully in the future we will have other tools to do racing, maybe also on this scale of a full recreation of the Mille. But well, it looks like JJP is setting the pace there in the front, even though Brickfielder further back, there he is, number 320 something, has already overtaken quite a lot. So that the smallest capacity is starting in the front. So if you have only 500cc in the 850cc class, you will probably have pole position. So yeah, it's a bit of a compromise to start in the front or in the back and then be more performant. But as the 1.3 liter touring cars are on the road, but in the end, only the actual time that you needed from start to finish counts. It's not like it's counting from 3 AM for everybody. It's the time that you actually need, just for a few special trophies. We have this mode where the first one to arrive in the city will get a trophy. And it looks like it will be JJP again, as it has reached the most northern point around Lago di Marina. And now on the final sprint to the city. So many cars. So Neonbot has taken the lead currently. That's a 1.1 liter sports car, I think. And my own car, the 1.3 liter sports car, is actually slower than Neonbot and Sipai. So yeah, quite good cars that they built. And yeah, we have our first cars in Marina. So the second one is JBK Meister. First one JJP, as we said. And we are waiting for number 3. And there he is. Z Gordon takes the third spot in Marina. And we will check the overall times again in Bungato as well. Once we head there, once we have everybody through the city, we will check again the final results. These are the current results in Marina, but I'll also switch back to Bungato so that everybody else who has just started will get their time. So now from Marina, cars are on the longest leg all the way along the coast through to Porto Castelfranco. This is a leg with one of the higher average speeds, so the bit quicker cars, less well-handling cars might do a bit better than on the first legs. But we will see. Now 1300cc cars are on the road in the lightly blue colored color. It's the sports cars. In green, dark green, it's the touring cars, and they are slowly trickling in. Huge performance difference, of course, expected, as the low powered cars are really underpowered, and the quicker cars have problems getting the power onto the road. Sweet spot is probably around 2 liters when it comes to handling, but we will see if the 2 liters actually can take the unlimited class to a fight here. and we are already seeing that the colors are mixing, so the bigger cars are actually mixing in with the smaller cars. Well, for now it's the sports cars mixing in. We also see one of the touring cars here mixing into the smallest sports car class already. Alright, we are now starting the 2-liter cars. It's already 5:30, so 2.5 hours have passed. People have a lot to see there in Meranio, and once the cars are all on the road, people can actually get out of the city, approach this junction here, right under the U, and see the cars going by around noon, I think, and start the second half of the race all the way through the eastern part here. So, and then once the cars are past there, they can move back into the city to actually wait for cars finishing. So lots of things to see there for people in Meranio. It's a long day of racing. Alright, new leader there in Bungato with Fire Panda. That's the 1.3 liter sports car class. And let's check again here in Marina, who is in the lead. It's currently a Neon Bot in front of CPI, but we only have 2 of the 1.1 liter touring cars through at the moment. So let's switch back to Bungato. I can also filter per car class here, but normally I don't think we need that. I'll probably just do that once we have the final results for Bungato and so on. But maybe, yeah, we can already do that for the cars that are actually through already. So that would be the small touring cars. This is the result in Bungato overall. Then the small sports cars, they are also through completely. 1.1 liter touring cars, 1.1 liter sports cars, and I think also the 1.3 liter touring cars, they are also through completely through Bungato. And we are waiting for the last of the 1.3 liter sports cars. Just one more missing, and then we are complete here as well. Critical setting the pace here. One of the expected quick ones, and now we are done here as well, and we are waiting for the last 4 classes in Bungato. The small touring cars still haven't arrived in Porto Castelfranco yet, but we have 3 cars here in the lead, which are probably making it a race to Porto Castelfranco among themselves. JGP, Brickfielder and JBK Meister. The rest is already a little bit further back. And we see the first small sports car here. Starom. Ah no, there's one further up ahead, and it's CPI already there. Right, so let's check timing at Marina again for everybody. There we go. Still a Neon Bot ahead of CPI and Kargath. And we have now the 2 liter sports cars on the road. This is, I think, the biggest class, so it will take a while. The race is going on for 3.5 hours already. So plenty of cars there on the road. And I think we have another class through in Bungato. Let's check it out. It's the medium blue one, and that's basically 2 liter touring is through Dr. Doom ahead of random numbers and mission system. While we also have a few already complete in Marina, and this now is the aggregated time, so it's not giving you the time per leg, but the aggregated full view. And we have Brickfielder ahead of JBK Mesa, and it's quite quite a gap there already, 10 minutes. So it looks like Brickfielder is really on the move and will be hard to stop within this class. But as longer as the race goes, the more important things like reliability and comfort and so on will become. So cars are more difficult to drive, drivers will be tired, and yeah, more and more mistakes will happen. Also, the effect of drivability will hit more as drivers will be more tired, so things can change. We also have, of course, the small sports cars already through Neon Bout ahead of Sepai and Kargath. They're in Marina, and there it's pretty close. Still everything within 2 minutes. That's pretty good. The yellow is also through 1.1 liter sports cars, Itchy, NDT and Marv, one of our least populated classes. And I think also the 1.1 liter sports cars are through, and I'm in the lead there. Hooray! Not sure about the gap display here, if that's correct. I think that's 1 minute roughly, and here it says 4 minutes 46. Do we have a... yeah. Do we have a bug there? Yeah, I think those times are a little bugged, to be honest. Let's see if they are still when they have. No, here in this view it's alright. So I think the gaps are just bugged if I filter. So in this view everything's correct. So let's not pay attention on the gap column there. Here we just have 10 seconds. Now I think now I understand what it actually means. Oh no, not really. I thought it was seconds or something, but no, it doesn't make any sense here anymore. So ignore the gap, just pay attention to the time here, and that's alright. And I completely missed, of course, as the cars went into Porto Castelfranco, we had Brickfielder ahead of JJP and JBK Mister, taking the trophy there for the first cars to arrive. So that would be checkpoint number 3. Let's move there. Yeah, Sepai currently still there, also in the lead. So as long as we have everything selected, the gaps here are correct. And we are launching the last class already from Miranio, now at 7:30 AM. So soon everybody will be on the road. And let's head back to the timing for Bongato as we get a better view now. Now things will start to be a little messy as things are starting to happen all over the place, basically. So sorry that it's not possible to track everything. Back in the day they wouldn't have any idea anyway who's in the lead. Basically timing with local clocks non-synchronized on different checkpoints, having to calculate when did which person start, deduct it from the time, trying to aggregate it. Completely impossible, almost impossible. Yeah, this is basically a rally running on 8 stages simultaneously. Let's be happy that we have something to track the progress. Currently Howler Automotive, another well-known name within my challenges in automation. When it comes to racing, of course, in the lead, but we are waiting still for the bigger classes there in Bongato. And yeah, 4th leg from Porto Castelfranco, we will make our way through Vanella to this junction near Miranio and then to Biancosato, which will be the next checkpoint. So we are entering the more hilly parts of the road again. As we have been in the very beginning, we had a very small pass here outside of Miranio, then went up into the mountains, but then had a tunnel through the Corvarolo range here after Bongato. But the really difficult bits will still be coming. So we will head through the hills here, Biancosato, Nanilla, then Terzo, again in the flat bits here around the coast, and then we really head into the mountain stages, Raicanta, Badita, the Montefusco mountain pass, Duriana, up to all the way to Montevias, and then hell breaks loose there through Picovillas, so the whole of Pierona is just one big mountain. And there we will see maybe completely different cars being quick then along these very quick stages there between Viastella and Porto Castelfranco, for example. So we are waiting for the last cars to arrive in Bungato. We finally will have a complete overview very, very soon. And currently still the 2-liter class is in front with Howler Automotive, 7 seconds ahead of Chief Zag and Texas Love, but a few more cars still will be arriving. So let's see if somebody else can break in there. In the end, I will give you access to the overall spreadsheet so that you can actually fully track what happened for your car and where you are on each and every individual stage. So I will post a link on the forums after this video is public. And now we are waiting for one last car, and there we are complete. So that means Howler Automotive in the 2-liter class set the pace on the first stage, but it's very close up top, 7 seconds and 10 seconds behind our P2 and P3. While now this time I catch them, we have the first car through Biancosato. And that's, Brickfielder now has arrived. I think the checkpoint is a little bit after the dot here on the map. Brickfielder takes P1 there, and this time we have different people in P2 and P3. We have a different color, and that means it's CPI on P2. There we go. And we have CHK Null on P3. Congrats there for taking a trophy. Yeah, everybody is through to Bungato. Let's take a quick look again through the different classes. Again, ignore the gaps. They're probably from another car and didn't properly filter them. So, small touring, small sports, 1.1 touring, 1.1 sports, 1.3 touring, also very close, still half a minute, 1.3 sports, even closer, critical set ahead of Rue and Fire Panda, then the 2-liter touring, also very close, 2-liter sports, very competitive as it looks like, and the big touring and big sports. And now back to the overall view. We have almost everybody also through Marina, so let's switch the timing to Marina as well. Currently also still Howler Automotive in front, extending the gaps a little bit, but the main competitors are still coming from the big sports car class. Let's check that out a little later. And now our log there is completely full as cars are passing through 3 different checkpoints at the same time. So basically the log there on the bottom is kind of a stack, first in, first out. It will wait for a gap there on the log and then push another message out, so it might be that it's a little bit delayed right now as so much is happening at the same time. But things will be better once cars are through Marina, I guess. So once we see small gaps there in the bottom again, then we know that, then we know that it's up to date again. Let's check out what's going on in Porto Castelfranco. For now, critical set currently in front ahead of Rue and Fire Panda. Also sorry that I never can wait for everybody on the bottom also to show up. We will get the full results in the end for every class, and we will do this overview once one leg is completely finished to go through the classes. It's just too much to see. Oh, the log is up to date, as you see, lots of gap. So this is now live again. Just checking if it really is, but I think it is. Yeah, everything's alright. And the last few cars are getting through Marina, just checking out what's happening in Biancosato. But let's try not to miss the first cars arriving in Terzo, because Terzo is the capital of Fuinia, and there of course it's very important. There are huge crowds, there it's very important to be the first one, and so far it looks like Brickfield can do it ahead of CPI and CH Canal. But yeah, the other two are catching up quickly, so maybe they still have a chance now on this smaller coastal road, on this peninsula there. Okay, we are through in Marina, and this is how it looks like. Howler Automotive extended the gap to about 40 seconds there. So does this mean, is this already looking like the decision being made? I don't think so. The quick stages are still coming. So let's see if there's a change coming up. Let's go through the classes again. So 0.85 liter touring cars. No big changes, I think. Anchorage maybe. Don't know if they have been on P1. No, there was a switch for P3. Anchorage ahead. Then we have the 0.85 liter touring car class. No change in the top 4 classes to compared to the previous stage. Then we have a change here in P3 as well. Marv goes into P3 in 1.1 liter touring. No change here in the top in 1.1 liter sports. I'm almost a minute ahead, which is nice. Then we have no major change in front as well here. No changes here. So within the class, gaps seem to be big enough to be somewhat stable. And we don't have any random issues, so that's why it's more stable than in real life, probably. We have Brickfielder arriving in Terzo, and on P2 we have CPI, and waiting for CH Canal now for P3 in Terzo. Congratulations there for the most important trophy for the first ones to arrive, next to the one arriving in Meranio, of course. But let's head back to Marina. We are a little bit behind now. We have here no change as well in 2 liter touring. Same in 2 liter sports. Howler being really dominant there right now. Then we have the big touring car class unlimited. No change there as well. And also here top 10 are stable in unlimited sports, even though gaps are quite small still. Right, let's head back to the overall view, and let's head to Porto Castelfranco for now, where we still have, while we are waiting for the big unlimited classes, Howler Automotive. Currently in the at the back of the field is Boost and Ethanol, there with this huge ship that they built. Let's see if they still stay there until the very end and carry the red light, basically catching up everybody that broke down along the road. While we do not have retirements, we just have time penalties. Alright, that's the status there. Biancosato, while the smaller classes are through. Looking like this. Typical names up front. Things are still quite stable, but yeah, I expect a few changes there in the last three legs, as the difference between drivability and comfort will be more important there. More and more the more we go along. So it's now 10:30 a.m. Cars are through this junction there in Meranio. And people have flocked out of the city to watch. Hopefully it's a nice and sunny day. We don't know. Alright, timing in Terzo. Still, yeah, the small sports cars, those three are really good. Every time you see people being quicker than the bigger classes, and I'm the leader in 1.1 liter sports, every time you see that, then you know they have really built something really good. Once you can outperform cars with bigger engines, that's a proper achievement. Okay, so still we are waiting for a few cars to arrive there in Porto Castelfranco. While I have a sip of coffee. So currently I am, it's currently Sunday. I'm on Sunday morning, very early. Girlfriend is still sleeping. I'm trying to get this done before we start our day. And then I'm basically already on the move again. So tomorrow I will be flying out. I have to work for almost 2 weeks abroad. And this is the only chance I can do it within the next 2 weeks, which will also mean I will not do any other recording in the next 2 weeks. So things are quite busy, but once we are arriving in mid of April, I hope that I'm back to automation again and back to my PC and can properly do things, as we are currently sitting in 1985 in our Cisalpina Let's Play. Or around 1985, not just arrived there yet, I think. Currently waiting to build something for Group C, which will be quite nice. So, next checkpoint after we have been in Terzo, I think, is not Raikanta, it's Doriana. And then Montivias, yeah, and Meranio. Already forgot the rules of my own challenge and the checkpoints. But yeah, the cars still need to cross this pass, and then we enter Doriana for the next checkpoint. While we are still waiting for the last cars to arrive there in the big class. But I think we can already go through the timing in Porto Castelfranco, while we still have a little bit of time for the cars to arrive in Doriano. So Porto Castelfranco, third leg. In small touring. No surprise there. JJP has taken back P3, I think. Yes. Indeed. And Brickfielder is basically away. But there's still a huge fight going on for P2. Then we have 0.85 liter sports. Very nice and close. Still up front, the top 3. Did we have a change there? Yes, Kargath moved into P2. Then 1.1 liter touring. A change for the lead. NDD ahead of Itchy, and by quite a margin, 2 minutes ahead. So gained 2 minutes 10 seconds on this very fast leg there. Then in 1.1 liter touring sports, no change. Around 2.5 minutes lead. The gap is extending there for me. Then 1.3 liter touring, no change up front, just a small one in the back there. Gaps are quite large here. It's not very populated class, so less competition, less changes. There we have a change for P4. Magmod is currently gaining, so let's see if they can make it into the top 3. Then we have Dr. Doom in front in 2 liter touring. Also just a few changes there outside of the podium. 2 liter sports, no change up front. Howler dominating, but still a fight going on for P2 basically. And then we are almost through with everybody, and we have our last cars there. And now the last car on the road is Angel Dirk or Angel Dirk in 2 Unlimited Touring, also a huge battleship. Last car to complete the leg, and also last in class, as we see here. No change up front in Unlimited Touring. And what about Unlimited Sport? We have huge changes there. Texas Love goes into the lead. It's very close. Still, anything can happen, I think. So, yeah. Riley lost a bit, Chief Zach lost a bit, but things can change as we go. Back to complete standing. Howler is in front. Texas in P2, Chief Zach in P3. And many people are already through Bianco Sato as well. But yeah, I think we should get started on that as well. So the red cars are definitely through. Brickfielder, huge lead. I found something there, but it's a legit car. I checked everybody the same way. Then no change in 0.85 liter sports. Yellow is also through Bianco Sato. Everything very stable, but still close enough in the lead. Not a lot going on there for 1.1 liter sports. And now let's check, are these through? Yes, they are through as well. No changes. The most beautiful cars, the OME and the Henge Prophet, one of my two of my favorites, definitely. As we see, Sipai taking the trophy there in Doriana. There they go, arrived in Doriana. Then we have Brickfielder still collecting all of those trophies with this freaky small touring car. Definitely a race car in disguise. The first homologation special of the world. The VMC Limi MM. Second in Doriana, and we have the third CH Canal. Alright, we didn't miss that. Very good. And move on to 1.3 liter touring sports in Bianco Sato with no change up front. And those are through as well. 2 liter touring. No changes. Still close enough in the front. Then 2 liter sports is also complete. A little bit of change there in P5. But Howler, yeah, getting away from the rest. And the other two are not fully done yet. So we are still waiting for the Unlimited Touring, which are falling back there. But I think the quicker ones might already been through. Let's just wait for 702 to see where they land. But yeah, Tim Warlock also still slow, and the other ones will not be in the front. So no changes there. And I also think we can assume that in the big class the quick cars are through as well. With no change up front, so Texas Lav could hold the lead there. Leading by 5 seconds in Porto Castelfranco and now 11 seconds in Bianco Sato. So they are really closely matched up front there. And I wouldn't be surprised if we still got a change there. Back to overall, Howler still overall in the lead. So very exciting that the smaller car can do it. And now that we are approaching probably the more curvy bits, I think chances are really high that Howler can take it, because the car is lighter and more nimble. But let's take a look into the mountains. Montevilla's Sipai is arriving, taking the trophy for being the first and starting the very last lap over the mountains. A huge and long stage there, and slow all the way down to Meranio. There's still a fight going on for P2, I think, but it looks like Brickfielder is in the lead again, so it looks like the car is handling really, really nicely. Let's wait for the message to arrive. And there it is, Brickfielder just ahead of CH Canal. And now almost everybody is through Biancosato, just Angel Dirk is in the back, and yeah, is the last one to arrive, that's for sure, as everybody else is through right now. So let's quickly go back to Biancosato and the big classes now that they are complete. This is the full overview for touring and for sports. Maybe let's also take a look at sports in general, so I can select all of my sports cars. This is the current view in Biancosato for all sports cars, and this is the current view for all touring cars. These selected views are not scrolling, just to let you know. So we just see the top 50 there. Alright, many cars are now arriving in Terzo and Doriana. So let's take a look at Terzo again. This is the current overview, but not everybody is there yet. So let's go to the ones who are actually done. And I think we have the last red dot through with S2RT there, far away, more than 1 hour behind the second last car. So still Brickfielder is killing it, but a huge fight currently for P2 and 3. So Anchorage moves back into P3. Very, very exciting there. Then the 0.85 liter touring cars, no change at all, just one there in the back. But it's still very, very close. So Kargav 1 minute 10 behind Neonbot. There's still some possibility. Then we have no changes there and pretty stable gaps in 1.1 liter touring. No major change also in 1.1 liter sports, with gaps pretty settled, but yeah, something could be going on there for P2. And we have the green bits are mostly through as well, which means we have a change for P4, but P4 is probably already too far away to take it up to the podium, so gaps are also quite large there, so it looks like things might remain that way. We will see. And now the fight in 1.3 liter sports. Have critical set with quite a gap ahead of Rue and Fire Panda, and then a huge fight for P4, best of the rest. Yeah, we can take a look at this one here as well. They are mostly through, and I think we also don't have a change here at all, unfortunately. But the difficult parts are still coming. And then almost everybody is through here as well for the 2 liter sports. Did we have a change? For P4, yes. So P4 is contested, just 2 seconds between Michi and Alice swapped. So still things may be happening there. And also P2 is still very contested. We are still waiting for the last big sports cars and for the last big touring cars. There seems to be huge differences in pace, so the first big sports cars are already up there, or maybe even further down the road. Yeah, there in Raikanta, and the last ones are still down there. The more power you have, the more difficult it is to build a car, a good car. So skill definitely is required, getting the power to the road, and still having a car that handles well. And not just a big lump of engine, slap it in there and it will do. No, it won't. So, but I think we can still take a look already at the standings here in Terzo for top 4 at least. No changes there. Still close enough together for P1. And yeah, we had 11 seconds between Texas and Chief, and now it's down to 8. So this one still also very, very contested. Overall, yeah, 2 minutes 30. So I think it somehow, no, it hasn't stabilized. Howler gained another 30 seconds on this, yeah, quite long stage, but yeah, the others, the big cars, need to find a shortcut at some point through the mountains. In the front of the field, we really see people getting away. So these are the ones who really knew how to build the cars, I'd say. Building a huge gap also, these two, they're in the red class. Still far away, and I have broken away and almost overtook all of the 2 classes ahead of me as well. But I won't catch those 4 or 5 cars. Yeah, 5 cars in front of me. I would have liked to take the trophy there to be first in Meranio, but no, not gonna happen. So, things are still settling down. In Terzo, people might already leave for home as the frequency goes down in which cars arrive, but still we are waiting for 5 cars. While the people in Meranio are expecting the first one here to arrive. It's now just before 3 p.m. So the race is going on for almost 12 hours right now. Let's hope they are still awake. But they can already hear the cars coming from the mountains, with Sipai probably being the first to arrive in Meranio. So now almost everybody is also through Terzo. I think we saw the current standings mostly. I will switch back to that. But let's wait for Sipai in Meranio. First car to arrive. Very nice. Congratulations. There's the message. And then it's a fight between 2 or 3 cars, and I cannot read who's in front right now. So let's wait for the message to appear. While everybody else is fighting through the mountains. So should be any second now that we get a new message. Still messages about Monti and Doriana, and now we have P2 in Meranio is Kargath, congratulations, and P3 is Neonbot. Also, I don't think he got a trophy yet, and Brickville is just missing out. But he collected, they collected so many trophies along the way. Alright, and also Serum 4 is quite ahead there in this class. So Terzo is complete. Let's check the final standings here in Unlimited Touring and Unlimited Sports. And while we are waiting for the next bunch to arrive in Meranio, let's head over to the sixth stage, where we almost have everybody through in Doriana. We still have a few outliers, but if we wait for them, we will wait forever. So no change, I suspect there. No, gaps are quite large. Still a fight going on for P3 between Anchorage and JJP. Less than 1 minute. Then no changes there, quite stable in in the small sports cars, and also nothing going on there in the less contested 1.1 liter touring. Same here, maybe still something that can happen around P2, but it looks like, yeah, I will take the win for the big class. But maybe let's not go into the details now for the different stages. We can do that in the very end. But rather actually see who is winning right now. That might be more interesting, right? So at the finish we have P1 in the small touring car class already decided, because the others are just so far back. Brickfielder, most likely. Also, we can surely say that Neonbot, Kargath and Sipai will take the trophies for the small touring, small sports, and I will probably win small 1.1 liter sports. The others are just too far back. For the rest of the classes it will be more difficult, especially for the larger classes. It might be that somebody is arriving an hour later and still manages to win. So yeah, maybe it's not the best idea yet to check out these results when everybody else is still on the road. I think it's better not to. So let's rather go through this. I think we were here. Still, yeah, there it looks very decided in Doriana already. But here something is still going on. Ghost Dragon lost a lot. P4 is heavily contested. So looks like their car is not very comfortable, not very drivable. But Critical Set seems to take the win there. Also no change here in 2 liter touring. Quite large gaps, but this one might be interesting. Yeah, still a fight going on for P4, maybe for P2 in case Ehrmann has larger problems on the last stage. And I think for the rest we don't have enough cars yet. No, not really. But we can take already a look at large sports cars. What's going on there? We have a change for the lead. We have Chief ahead of Texas, and the gap is huge. So it was 8 seconds between them before, and now it's 50. So this stage from Terzo to Doriana, it's quite long, yes, but it looks like Texas is breaking, or the pace is going down. Also might have drivability issues. We will see how it develops. But yeah, changes still can happen, and in the minute range, as it looks like. Still we are waiting for the last cars, while S2RT is, the 302 car is falling back further and further. Started as the 3rd car on the road and now is almost in the back of the field. So now we have 3 cars. Yeah, the top 3 are there in Doriana of the Unlimited Touring, and mostly everybody also from Unlimited Sports. Yeah, still 10 cars missing. More than 10 cars are missing. And we probably also still, maybe we can check out a few times in Monti. So here we have a very stable field, as we said. Yeah, Brickfielder is just so far away. But Anchorage and JJP are fighting it out. Maybe I think we might already have the result for those two. If we go to Meranio, we see that Anchorage made it with more than 2 minutes ahead, so they further gained on the last stage. So it is, I'd say it's decided, definitely decided in this class. We have our top 3. So back to small sports. There we have Neonbot, Kargath and Sipai in Monti. No change. Still gaps are reasonably small. But if we go to Meranio, we will probably get the results. Yes, and nothing has changed. Still quite close. I like it. So quite contested. We will take a look at the final results when everybody is through. Then, I didn't want to take a look at the finish, but I think it's pretty clear that NDD and HE are taking it. P3 is not 100% safe, but mostly safe. And also we had no change there. Okay. Then 1.1 liter sports, no changes up front. And they are also mostly through, so it's decided I win, yay. Ahead of Vlad and Commodore. Then we have the small 1.3 liter Touring. Yeah, no major changes happening. Still P4, something might happen. And they are probably also through already. Yes, top 3 are already there. Congratulations, Skautske, OME and the Hench Prophet. Then in 1.3 liter Touring sports, yeah, no changes, but a change in P5. Yeah, top 3 look pretty decided. Let's see if they are already there. Yes. Congratulations overall also to Critical Set, Rue and Fire Panda. Let's go to 2 liter Touring. No major changes. Also, gaps seem to be pretty decided, so let's check it out in the finish. They should already be there. No, they are not. Still waiting for them. Okay. So let's check 2 liter. Yeah, we have so many cars in this class. 2 liter sports. Another swap there in P5. So P4, as we said, is heavily contested. Maybe a change for P2, but Howler will probably take it. We will check that out later. Then we have 3 cars through in Monti. Still waiting a few in Doriana as well. But it looks pretty decided there. If Mafak has some problems on the last stage, then we might see a change there still. And yeah, the most important cars are through there as well. In the big sports car class, how is the gap developed? It was 50 seconds. Now we are to 59. So not too much of a change on this quick stage through the valley there. So maybe there's still something that Texas can do. The overall standing in Monti, now that almost everybody has arrived. We will check that out. Or we won't check that out later. You can check it out, the final result, later in the table, in the Excel table that I provide. So I'd say, now that we have mostly seen what's happened in Monti, let's switch to Meranio, to the final results, and just let it run, as everybody will be able to see their positions as they develop. So Howler currently in front with quite a gap. Gap is correct now in this display. Ahead of Ehrmann and Smons. Critical Set is 10 minutes behind as of now. So currently this color is the 2 liter sports car class. They are dominating the field. 1.3 liter sports can mix in, but the touring cars, as expected, are further back. At the back of the field we still have Angel Dirk, currently approaching Doriana. We are the last. We are waiting them there. Hopefully they can make it at some point. Yes, they will. Riley are now going into P2 overall. 16 minutes almost behind Howler. Chief going into P2. So that's important for the class standings there in the big sports cars. I am currently sitting in P24. I hope you're also tracking your own car a little bit. Yeah, the 302 stands out a little bit, so maybe I'm looking forward to see where they end up, if they will be the last one, if Angel Dirk can. So the race for last place is on between Angel Dirk and S2RT, I'd say. Texas has also arrived and RGS. So now we have also this picture, and I think there's still one car that we are waiting for in the big sports car class. But yeah, Howler really taking a decisive win there. 7.5 minutes ahead of Chief and 10 minutes ahead of Texas. So really nice to see that the small sports cars, smaller 2-liter sports cars, can do it. Oriology, one of the winners of our design competition, also is there. Not the quickest car, but definitely one of the most beautiful. And we're just trickling in. Should have put a number somewhere, how many cars are already in there and how many we are still waiting for. But yeah, you could further polish it and things like that. The thing with the gap I just didn't notice. I just noticed it now. But as I have already restarted the commenting part 3 times, I think it's time to finally get it out there. Also, this is one of my lesser polished videos in the end when it comes to my commentary. I basically just have to remove the bit side completely messed up maybe, and also cut in images, as you have seen already in the meantime, from different cars, photos I took in automation, just to liven it up a little bit. But overall, I think I'm happy with how this turned out. In the future, I won't probably do it on this scale anymore. I need to think of better ways how to filter for the really good entries. And this is not meant to be any in any way trying to get rid of the less overpowered players. This is just about managing my time. I'm very, very grateful for everybody who participated, even the ones who unfortunately didn't make it through the technical check. But it's just too much. I have had more than 280 cars. There you have to check them. A bit of the checks has to be done manually. You have to prepare all of the images. Fortunately, loading it into my visualization was not that big of a deal. It's just data. I fully automated that. There's also no room for errors, basically. I at least hope so. But it's not feasible on this scale. I have a few ideas how I can deal with bigger numbers of players. But I need to see what I can make happen in the future. So, cars are trickling in still, and the race for last place. Still, S2RT is hanging on. 3 cars behind them. We'll see how it ends. They're currently in the Serpentines around Picovillas. But there will be even more coming up very, very soon. The car's down to P36 in the minute. And we have, yeah, I think our overall P3 top 3 is decided now as well, with Howler Automotive taking the win ahead of Chief Zack and Texas Love. Let's take a quick look into the classes again. I think we had that one. Did we have those? Did you already go through those? I think we went through a few of those, definitely, for the top 3 overall. But those were missing, I think, yeah. So the 2-liter touring car class is a Dr. Doom Discord ahead of Random Numbers and Mission System. Then we have in Unlimited Sports, we have Howler Automotive ahead of Ehrmann and Smons. Congratulations there as well. Gaps quite large there in the end, but P2, P3 was quite close. And I think it's at least decided for the top 3. We have Wafak just before Incredible Honda Fit. So I think they gained a bit in the last parts of the race ahead of Modern, and the rest I think is too slow. And here in Unlimited Sports we have Chief 2 minutes ahead of Texas Love and RGS Racing. Back to the overall view. Still waiting for the last few cars to arrive there. They are probably further down the order, so it will take a little bit until you see them. But we will go through the classes in the end, at least through to the top 50 again. And of course you can still take a look into the spreadsheet. And S2RT has been overtaken by Arizona Caseo, so Brotröster and Angel Dirk are still behind, but we still have quite a long way to go, to be honest. And we are already just before 8 PM, so the race has been going on now for 17 hours almost, and it will take a little. Let's see if they can make it before midnight. I think they can. I hope they can. The cars are only closed on this. The roads are only closed on this day, and probably already opened all the way through to Montevias. As soon as the last car arrived, they will open the roads again for the public. At least they closed the roads for the Mille Monti, and I think also for the Mille. Would be way too dangerous to race on public roads. But yeah, top 10 definitely are stable now, so nothing happening there. I think it's quite competitive there from P5 or even P4 down to P10, so very, very close. Just that Howler Automotive, he won so many challenges that I hosted. Howler really knows how to build quick cars and how to exploit the rules of any challenge. Not saying that it's unfair exploits, it's just like race car engineering is. You have to read the rules, you have to take a look, where can I gain, where are the small gaps where I can get an advantage for myself, and Howler does it perfectly, almost perfectly every time. Also Chief and Texas are also up there, Riley is always up there, RGS I think is also not the first time. It's always the same people, which means it's not luck. It's a skill, and everybody can learn, and everybody will learn. I will not distribute the car files of the winners. I think it's fair to say that they should keep their knowledge to themselves. I also didn't take a look into how exactly have the cars been built. Maybe it could be fun to go through the winners. So if you are up there in the top 3, for example, or won your class, you can please post in the comments, not in the live chat, but in the comments of the video, because I won't go through the live chat again. If you are happy to share the car and how it's been built, then I might do a, let's say, maybe a live stream to go through the cars and to see what the small tricks have been. So if you're somewhere in the top 3 of your class, it might be interesting for other players to learn, but I won't share your details about your build if you're not agreeing. So, oh, I think it's going down now. There's a huge fight going on now between Angel Dirk and S2RT, and currently S2RT is still in the lead. They are fighting their way down the serpentines, but doesn't look good for S2RT, and the smallest class will be the last one to finish. I think the overtake has just happened. So S2RT will be our last car to arrive, as we are waiting for the very last few cars. Yeah, let's wait for that, but we can go through the classes individually again. So S2RT is still missing on this list, but it's fair to say that they are at the bottom. In Monti they already have been more than 1.5 hours behind P21, so it's pretty likely that S2RT is last in this class, which is fine as well. Somebody has to be last, so but this is the overall standings. Then we have here Neonbot, Kargath and CPI taking the victory, and there's a clear gap to P4 and in the small sports car class. We have Andy D winning in 1.1 liter sports ahead of EG and Marv. No, it's touring, not sports. And here in 1.1 liter sports, it's the Mille Monti version of the Revetto taking this spot here on top. Then we have Gautski, OME and the Henge Prophet, all far ahead of the rest. In 1.3 liter sports, we have Critical Set, Rue and Fire Panda. In 2 liter touring, we have Dr. Doom, Random Numbers and Mission System, all nicely separated. We have Arizona Caseo now arriving in Meranio, 3 more cars to go. Then we have Howler Automotive, Eman and Smons in 2 liter sports. Again, Howler really built something from another planet there. Then we have almost finished, still waiting for 2 more cars. Angel Dirk will be last, probably. Yes, and Broodröster will be 8th as he's arriving now. But we have a fucking incredible Honda Fit and Modern on top there. And of course also the big sports cars are decided now. Riley just missing out on the podium. Chief ahead of Texas and RGS. With Chief and Texas being pretty close together. 2 minutes and 6. The gap was just 1 minute ahead of the last stage, so Texas has problems in the cornery parts, so lost another minute on the last stage there. So well-deserved victory in this class for Chief, but it was not enough overall. Overall, he had to give the victory away to Howler, who just was so dominant. And it somewhat was my goal also to have a 2 liter car win this. I deliberately made the rules such that both cars have similar chances, both on the same tires, and this was exactly the sweet spot where the big cars had problems with the traction. So yeah, and that's it. We have the last car to arrive. Old military vehicle, probably S2RT, and we are done. So again, thank you very much for watching. I might, if I haven't yet put in all of the images of top 3 and special trophies and so on, I will put them now in the end without comments, as I don't know what's missing. And the link to the spreadsheet will be posted on the forums shortly after this video is released, and also maybe in the comments there and pinned. And for now, I think that's it. Thank you all again very much for participating, and most of all for your patience with the results. I know it has been quite a long time, a year, It has been a really crazy year for me personally, so I'm sorry that it took a little longer. Yeah, let's do it differently next time. I don't know when next time is, but see you all again very soon in other more regular videos about automation and racing a bit and so on. I wish you all a very nice rest of your day. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel, and see you all again very soon. Bye bye.